Rotten eggs, e-waste from Europe poisons Ghana's food chain. Toxins from old computers, fridges, and other electronic goods are polluting chicken eggs in an area where 80,000 people live. Yuck. Some of the most hazardous chemicals on Earth are entering the food chain in Ghana from illegally disposed electronic waste coming from Europe. According to a new report by two environmental groups tracking the disposal of e-waste, chicken eggs from the slum in Ghana's capital, Accra, where residents break up waste to recover metals, contain dangerous levels of dioxins and PCBs, along with other harmful substances. Researchers for the two groups analyzed eggs laid by the free-range chickens that forage. Wow, okay. The analysis revealed that an adult eating just a single egg in this scrapyard and slum would exceed the European Food Safety Authority limits on chlorinated dioxins 220 times over. 220 times! Other toxic chemicals were present in similarly worrying concentrations, including PCBs and other compounds. Dioxins in particular are highly damaging even in small concentrations. Now, the report has underlined again the problems in regulating the transfer of toxic waste materials from Europe to African countries, including Ghana, Tanzania, and Nigeria, leading to calls for tougher hazardous waste regulation enforcement under the current Stockholm Convention. And this is not an uncommon story. And we not only see this all around the world, we also see this domestically in the United States, where places of more means and wealthier places literally dump on poorer places. Literally. In fact, it was super literal. Recently, in Alabama, they got stuck with a bunch of shit from New York City. Literal shit. Literal human shit. We covered that story when it happened on this show. Literal human shit in Alabama. Just stuck there from New York City. They needed somewhere to put their shit. Literally. They just put it in Alabama. It got stuck on a train. And it smelled to high heaven. And you wonder why some places in the South are a little off-put by the coast. Wonder why. So that happened. And now you see something like this happen. That, Europeans are putting their waste there. And this is happening to their food supply. And there are not tough enough protections against something like this. So I guess we'll see how all this unfolds. But in the meantime, I guess Ghana's facing a huge issue with their food supply. So it doesn't really say what exactly they're going to do about this as far as the food supply in the short run. But here's what it says at the end. Activists have been calling for stricter enforcement of rules governing the transfer of waste containing toxic chemicals to prevent it ending up in countries without the infrastructure to dispose of it safely. And here's the final quote. African countries should not be used as an e-waste dumping ground anymore, as we do not have the technological capacity to deal with waste containing high levels of persistent organic pollutants. All right. So we'll see what happens with that.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and